Hey everyone, David C. Anderson from the KnifeCenter here, coming at you from Blade Show West 2023. We're here with our good friend, Russel himself.
What's up, what's up?
From the Artisan and CJRB Empire. We'll call it Empire for
Oh
today.
man, I'll take it, I'll take it.
We got some new stuff to look at. Russell's done these enough times at this point. Take it away.
Okay, so
What do we got?
this year's a little interesting because I only have one proto. Everything else is currently in production.
That's good.
So
As far
they
as
will
I'm-
be
that's
available.
good for folks.
They're available and
Yeah.
will be available through KnifeCenter, please. So let's start with something that I think people have been asking for a little bit. I really like it. I gotta say, I'm really happy with this. We first have the Mini Pyrite.
There you go.
I'll hand the
May
phone
I?
over to you.
Yes. So it's kind of more like the Pyrite Alt blade shape on it, yeah?
We stuck with that one, and you'll see there's a distinctive difference between this one and the next one I'm going to show you, and there's a little story behind it, but this one is pretty much a cut down pyrite. This one is in aluminum, so there's aluminum scales in this one, and we offer several different colors. Let's see if I can make this happen going underneath.
Oh, yep.
Look at that.
You got your pink option.
I do love the pink and black. We have a blue, we have all black, we have all kinds of things. There we
With
go.
different colored pivot rings going on.
Yes,
which is
we
kinda
actually
cool.
kept a little extra color in there.
Yeah.
I like how this kind of olive one has that little brass accent. The black one we kept it black.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was olive, actually.
See?
There is a little
It's
hint
a
of
very
green to that.
light,
yeah.
like a sage or olive green.
I like that. Yeah.
Instead of doing like the neon, like zombie killer green, like yeah, I think this is a great color, and it's classy, and it's smooth in the pocket. And I will say, for those who like to customize, this is one of those you can
Sure.
take a Dremel to and do your own designs.
Sure.
Mess with it a bit, do some color
Yeah, yeah.
options. If you happen to have a little, heck, I think you can go with like a little like in-home laser engraver and just like put your own
Yeah, you
stuff
might,
on here.
especially because it's an anodized finish,
Yeah.
right? So you're not cutting through metal.
Right.
So the home lasers might be able to actually cope with that.
But it's nice to use a bit more aluminum. We've done this on, I think, 1 or 2 other models, and it's nice to finally go back to it and just like get some fun colors. I mean, again, like pink and black. We've had so many people come in for the pink and black. It's a polarizing color, but you know what? You will not lose this knife.
True.
And it does have like, the styling it's got style. I like that.
So blade, so like a little 2-inch blade.
Yep, 2-inch blade.
RPM 9.
RPM 9.
Yeah.
And a really nice smooth button lock. And considering that you can actually still do just the button opening with this, it's very smooth for something so small.
It is.
So,
And you can do, you can kind of do the reverse.
there you
flip.
go.
There we go. Yeah, it's harder for the larger-handed folk like myself when you get this small, but
Slightly larger than average size hands.
slightly,
Yeah,
slightly,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And this is slightly smaller than average size knife.
Yes.
It feels really good. The button lock action is there, so you can always do that flick.
Is a wonderfully like smooth action. It is just as smooth as the regular pyrites, and I'm just pretty stoked that we were able to cut this down to the size, because with this, it's one of those things where if you work in an office, you work a certain job, or you have knife restrictions, you live in a certain area you're restricted, this allows you to have a really good knife. So
Yeah.
with this
Well,
one,
and just in terms of just like a utility knife, box cutter
I love the
thing.
shape. I really love the
is
shape.
perfect for that.
It's a box hopper. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So let's go over to the next design, which is very similar in the way it looks. This is the Mica. Now, you'll notice if you are a fan of CJRB stuff, this has a similar blade profile to the original Pyrite.
Yes.
This was originally planned to be another type of Mini Pyrite, but if you look at the handle in comparison to the Mini Pyrite, you'll
above.
see, yeah, there we go. Flip flop. You'll
we
see
go.
some small differences. The Mica has much cleaner and straighter lines, and it has a lot more even rounding to it. Along with that, it's got that little nubbin on the back there. I guess that's a technical term for it, the nubbin.
That is a technical term.
The nubbin.
Yes.
So it feels a little bit different in the hand. And I think with the Mica, this is like meant to be the most like friendly looking knife ever. It's round, it's soft,
Well,
it's
especially
even.
with like an electric blue color
Yeah,
like this
exactly.
too.
Heck, I could fish out a pink one if you want, but I have the tactical mini knife here, the Mica with
Yeah.
the nice like green accent there, which I think looks fantastic.
Yeah, green, that bright toxic green
Yes.
and that black
Yes.
always looks good. This brass and blue kind of,
That's
or like coppery color is.
It's such
with
a
the blue.
bright blue too.
It's very bright blue.
But these ones, this is the first time these things have seen daylight. This came straight from the factory here.
Yeah.
And they're like, these just went up on the website on Tuesday. Those are going up on, or the Mini Pirates are going up on Monday. And it's just, it's one of our shots with this. Like, there are people that have said they want smaller knives. There are people who are like, oh my God, these small knives, what are you going to do with that? No one uses small knives. Like, yeah, except for the people that do.
yeah.
There are
Yeah.
enough big knives out there. We do have a big one coming up.
Well, if you want it bigger, I just hold it closer to the
Yeah,
camera.
there we go. The XL Mini. It's the chunky,
No, they
the
feel
chunky
good.
Pyrite. See?
Yeah.
The action's great. And I like the drop point. I don't know if it's just the curvature of this, but I find that the choil on this, for me, with my small hands, I can almost get a full kind of finger in there. But
It's a little tighter for me.
Yeah, but
I
for
will
just like
say
a
that,
fingertip here, and
sure.
getting your finger on that jimping there is a nice, like, this is a box cutter.
Yep.
It's a box trimmer. It's for small tasks, and that's the intention.
Yeah.
It's not meant to tackle, it's not meant to be your, like, primary skinning knife.
This could be a good 5th pocket knife, too.
Exactly.
Like the little watch pocket in your pair of jeans.
Exactly. Also, we did do that micro clip, so the really, really small clip, which I think, again, just keeps it really low profile. And
Indeed.
it's great. The Mica is fantastic, and I think next to the Mini Pyrite, you just get those 2 iconic shapes that we've been doing with the Pyrites, and, you know, for those who want something extra to carry, like they want that 5th pocket, or I'll be honest, Christmas, the gift knife.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is going to come in at less than the standard Pyrite.
Yes. We are going, we're trying for a little bit less. It may be closer to matching to this one because of the aluminum, but it's probably on average going to be a little bit less. And
but still within reach.
Yeah.
It's not a crazy expensive Christmas gift.
It is a lovely piece. I'm just like,
I'm not even going to try it. My hands are too big to do what you just did.
just got to flex a little bit, just a tiny bit.
Good job.
Okay. So
what else we got?
All right,
let's go from the smallest to the biggest.
All right, so
let's do that.
Let us go. Actually, I think we're going. Well, we'll go with this
with
one.
Big
So
one anyway, yeah.
We have finally finished the resource. Oh my God, that almost covered the whole camera. This is Dirk Pinkerton's newest design with us. This is the resource. The original prototypes that were in our last video were a much chunkier knife. We'll put it that way. This is not a small knife.
No, I mean, that's about a 4-inch blade, yeah?
Yep, it's big. But we did thin it out a bit.
I'll say that's not a super, a super chunky blade, so that's about 1/8 of an inch almost?
Just about. It kind of came down to the fact that we're sitting there going, okay, Dirk, like, this is a fantastic knife. We wanted to design a big, overbuilt liner lock folder. And when it came down to it, it's really like, why would we do something this chunky and big if that chunky big makes it just not as good of a cutter as a regular tool? It's not like this knife is a lot smaller. It's just a bit thinner, and it cuts way better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got 1/8-inch fixed blade, 1/8-inch thick steel fixed blades doing hard work in the woods all the time. And to me, this was kind of what I remembered from this one is probably your best outdoor folder design in the lineup so far.
But at the end of the day, it's still a folder.
It's just a big folding heavy work knife.
Yeah. And for all these other tasks you could do with this, I think it kind of, that original one was meant for the woods. This is meant for everything else, including the job site.
Well, you can see the way it's kind of moving around in my hands. It's not cumbersome.
It is no longer a brick.
Yeah.
It's now a very versatile, functional, heavy, but well-balanced tool.
Very easy to manipulate it in this space. So.
And the fuller on that, I actually personally prefer the fuller on the previous one, but Dirk liked this style where it was just a cut fuller like this, and we decided to keep the studs. Dirk was kind of on the fence about the studs, but we changed the studs to a more like aggressive stud pattern instead of those more square ones that were on the previous one. And this cut fuller here just looks, really nice. Aesthetically, it's very pleasing. There we go.
Yeah, that shows up pretty good.
It is really good.
And you can still do.
There we go. You got it. Hey.
So I don't have enough memory of the previous version in hand to kind of make a comparison.
It was great, but it was real heavy.
All I can tell you about this is a lot of knife, a lot of reach. Not gonna weigh you down though. Like it's got that agility, it's got that nimbleness despite its size.
And because it's a CJRB, it's gonna be well under the $100 price point. So you get a lot of knife for a very comfortable price.
With particle steel.
Yep, that is an RPM 9.
RPM 9. Fantastic. And of course, there's going to be several color and blade color options, as you guys so often do.
Oh yes.
Really nice. I noticed we have a asymmetrical pocket clip. Is it going to come with another in the package?
I believe so. I think we either might be doing that or we might have to make them and just ship them out later. Dirk said we need this pocket clip. I agree. I think this one, for a heavier use knife, we wanted a longer, more substantial clip that contoured with the scales and kept in that flat area.
Yeah.
But we couldn't do a matching one. I'm just like, all right, fine, we'll do this. I actually didn't get these in boxes. They came in roll sets, so I'm not sure if we're shipping it with an extra clip or we're going to be doing that later down the road. You just like shoot us a message and we'll send it out to you.
Okay. Well, good to know.
Just like send a bag. Like, here, David, here's a bag of clips.
Excellent. Very cool. I like the name too, the resource. That's kind of
it's very
fitting.
It's very Pinkerton.
Yeah.
Like that's it. All right, so let's go to the only prototype we have here. Only one, and I'm sure it's only like months away from production. This one I am quite fond of, and I'm carrying this one a lot. This is the frack. And we did not shy away from the size on this one. I was like, guys, if we're gonna do 3.75, we're doing 3.75. This is a big-ish, kind of tactical folder. I do like that we have a very large choil and this kind of slightly curved up blade, but this is a very smooth and actually surprisingly light button lock.
Yeah, so aluminum on this as well, I'm guessing?
No, that's tie.
That's tie.
That one's tie and S90. The full
I was
production
about to say, it was
one-
definitely not steel feeling as light as it
The
does.
full production, I believe it's either we're going to do a steel and a G10 version, and probably if there was a way to, unfortunately we can't flip the camera around, but there is a poster back there with the titanium frag and S90
yes.
frack, which I'm like, I want it. I want that one so bad. It's so cool.
Actually, speaking of that combo, while we're filming this, we have some accelerators in that combo still in stock. So you can check those out at the link in the description.
And there are some frag proponents out there as well, but they are all gone. They all sold, but they are there and they're available if you know.
So we've got all 4 fingers on the grip there. Generous finger choil there for sure. Even my fatter fingers aren't kissing that edge too much.
And it's still a big knife. Like, it's a lot of blade.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the idea. Like, this is meant to be as light as possible with as much blade as possible. It is also a little on the aggressive side. It's kind of like, it's like if the Lago went and just like,
Sorry.
it's like if the Lago went and just got like some military training, this is what would have happened.
Yeah, slimmed down and muscled up at the same time.
Slimmed down, got a little injection of something,
Yeah, that's cool. Got a milled pocket clip on this one, but
Yes.
proto, of course, so all these fine details may be subject to change. But
The full one probably is going to have a steel clip, but we're probably going to try putting a more robust steel clip on there, something that can take a bit more, spring. You don't want it falling out of the pocket.
for sure.
So that is the frack.
Nice.
I'm really working with these rock terms, man. It's always hard looking for like geological terms.
I've
All
got
right,
one more to take.
got
a look
one
at as well.
artisan, and this one I am very happy for because I have been waiting for this one for forever. We have the Satyr, and this has been in the works for a while. Chris Ortiz.
Such a clean shape.
Yep.
I love
Chris
it.
Ortiz at Cerberus Knives designed this one. We have gone through, I think, 3 different prototyping phases, and this is the final version of it. I'll give that to you and just let you admire
The refinement of this one
Yeah.
is really what jumps out
There's
to me.
so much milling. The blade is so nicely done. It fits really nicely in the hand. The edge is so thin on this thing.
Well, just look. I mean, look at that profile, folks. That is, there is just the word is clean. There's a cleanliness to this that is just so elegant,
It's
so well thought
refined.
out.
It's a refined tool, and it really is a tool. Chris designs cutting tools.
Yeah.
And he's never shied away from the idea that his knives are for use. They're not for looks. They're not gentlemen's knives. They're users.
Sure, if you make a mini one of this, it could be a gentleman's knife.
It could be. I mean, it's got a great profile to it overall, and especially I really like.
With that milled tie too, especially.
We milled everything, including the clip. The clip is actually milled and textured as well.
Oh yeah, matches the direction of the line.
Really
Yeah.
like small, low profile clip too, which I love the
I
look
hope
of
that shows up in the video. I'm
Yeah,
not sure how well it's focusing,
There we
but
go. It's kind of popping in there, but it almost looks like a pen clip. But it holds really snugly to the pocket, so it really stays in the pocket without having a lot of flex, and I don't know. I'm happy with this knife. This is actually my personal one. I got this one.
Nice.
And there are currently no more here at Blade West, but they will be available very soon. In fact, they're available technically on Monday.
I love the lines of that one.
It's
I mean,
so
just-
good.
yeah. The more I look at it, the more I see, and that's the mark of a really cool design.
There's a lot of thought in this. There are months, if not years, of thought in this design and several iterations of refinement.
Absolutely.
And just so much thought.
Good stuff.
So that is
Awesome.
the Satyr.
Well, that's it for today for our Blade Show West coverage with Russell here. Thank you for sticking around for the video. Make sure to check out the rest of our Blade Show West coverage. If you head down to the link in the description, that will take you to both our artisan. There will be a separate link for the Artisan Cutlery and the CJRB pages, and you'll be able to see exactly what's available whenever you click on the link. So
Yes.
this stuff is coming real soon. Russell, thank you so much.
Thank you.
man.
Always a pleasure. This was fun.
Folks, we'll see you soon.